What if I told you this little box right here is a treasure trove of information for your car? All right, welcome back to the channel. Dan here from Tesla. So today I have a product that I'm really excited to try out. It is the Teslogic V2 by none other than Teslogic. So this thing is capable of so much. So let me open it really quickly. So all we have is this little box right here. And this is for your phone mount, and that's it. Then of course we have the connection to your car, pry tool, stickers, 3M tape, and this is I believe like that, MagSafe, and then a ring that you can stick it on if you don't have an Apple Android. So there you are. So that's all it is to it. So this little box right here is capable of so much. So let me get right into the features of what this little box can do. So I say this little box can do so much. It's actually half of it. The other half is your phone. So what you need to do is connect this to your car and then pair the phone to the box, and then you're going to get a connection and all kinds of information for your car on your phone. But this thing can do so much. I'm really excited to try it out, and apparently it's a really quick install. I've installed stuff before connecting to the computer, and it is a pain in the butt. But this thing apparently, I guess with newer cars, the connection port is right in kind of beside the what's that thing called? The glove box. Yeah, it's right beside there. So it should be an easy install. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Before I do though, please take a second and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. You get better content, better accessory reviews like this one. So subscribe, take a second, do it now. So we're going to install the phone mount over here. And now I suppose you can use any sort of phone mount you want, but we'll put it right here. So this is the one it comes with. Now I said before that it comes with this Teslogic one, and you're going to take the 3M tape off there, put that there, but you can also upgrade to the charging one. So you have the MagSafe charging option. So I'm going to put this one up, and what you do is it just doesn't sit. I guess you can put this anywhere. So depending on the size of your phone, what you're going to do is you're going to take your phone, put it like that, and then you'll be able to see how this little lip right here, your phone is going to sit on that. That'll tell you where to put the thing. So if I go like that, you can see my phone is going to sit on the bottom there. So this is where the thing should stick. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to line up the phone like that. So that's easy like that. So as you can see, this phone sits on that little ledge right there, and it is. So then we're going to take this. It's probably easier with your phone on it. Then this is going to basically come over here. You'll feel right here, back here, where it kind of really dips down. This is where you're going to put it, because it's really the only flat part of the steering wheel. So then we're going to take that off. And I guess center is good enough. So then, of course, you're going to take your cable. Also comes with a 90-degree connection, as well as a USB-C to USB-A adapter. You're going to run the wire underneath the shim like so, and then once you get all the way to the back, all you have to do is plug in the USB. All right, moving on to installing the transmitter. You're first going to take off this little piece of trim here. You kind of just pry it off with the pry tool. It comes off pretty easy. You're then going to remove this little tab here, which is going to allow you to remove the side piece of trim, which will give you access to the wiring. The first thing is to unplug this little white tab and then insert the Teslogic one and complete the connection. and then the long white one will go into the blue insert. And then you're going to plug in the Teslogic module, like so, and you're going to tuck it in just on the side there so it's out of the way. And then all you have to do is grab your phone, head over to the App Store, and download the Teslogic app. Once downloaded, you don't even have to do anything. The device will automatically connect to your phone within a few seconds. It's that easy. All right, so let's do a quick walkthrough of everything the app does, and then we'll go for a drive. So starting off, you have your main dashboard. Now, all the screens to the left or right are actually interchangeable. You can customize them to which order you want, but let's start off with the main dashboard. So first off, you'll see obviously the what gear it's in, so park, neutral, drive, and reverse. And when you're driving, you'll see the kilometers or miles, whatever. From then, you'll see at the top, you'll see the time, and then you'll see your current set speed limit on the road you're driving. Then you'll see your battery percentage, as well as you can actually add this option is the temperature of the current battery. From there, you'll go down to current kilowatts, what you're using instantly, as well as the max kilowatt output. Below that is your energy saved based on regenerative braking. So that's based on kilometers. It's 465 right now. It doesn't go by trip. It goes by the history of the app. So I've been using this for about a month, and I've already saved 465 kilometers only on regen. So it's important to use regen. And on the other side, you'll have your range, your projected range, and your rated range, as well as current trip on your distance, as well as your average speed. Below that is your odometer for the car. So moving on to the other screen, you have current battery output. So this is really cool because it tells you exactly what your battery output is to every component of the car. So you have your rear motor and your front motor if equipped. When you're driving, you'll either see energy going into the motors or coming out if you're using regenerative braking. Below that, you'll see seat heaters and battery heaters, which aren't being used right now, so you see no output going to that. And then right now I'm using 0.7 kilowatts for climate control, and other is 0.4, so other electronics in the car. Now you'll see also a percentage that is not so much based on trip or current output, it is based on lifetime of the app. So moving on to the next screen, this is the performance screen, and you'll see G-forces as well as 0 to 60, 0 to 100. I tried this once and it's really cool because you don't really have to set it. You just go from a stop to 0 to 60 and it'll time it. Then you'll see current horsepower, and the battery temperature is 41 degrees. Like I said, you can have that on the dashboard. It is an available option, and whether power is limited or not. So your next screen is all about information to your car. Which is cool. So in the first tab, you have all about this Tesla. So you have the trim, your VIN, your birthday, which is pretty cool. My birthday's coming up. Then again, with your odometer and some other information. Then if you move over to the car, you have other car information such as your TPS, what type of sensors you have, if you have boombox in the car, if you have autopilot, which type of hardware you have. Then tab over to the battery. You actually have says that my overall health is good and my degradation is only 2.4%. Then my max output at new is 78.8, and right now my max output is 76.9 kilowatt hours. Cells balance, I don't know what that is. And then we move over to the energy. So in total, I've totally charged this car 4,871 kilowatt hours. I've done 6% of fast charging or supercharging. And then I've wasted a charged energy station at 14% of just sitting around doing nothing, probably shooting these videos. Lifetime to daily consumption is 14.2 kilowatt hours a day. So tons of information you can get on this app. So moving over to the shortcuts menu, you'll see the first option is battery preheat. Now, this is a pretty cool option because if you are using a third-party fast charger, not a supercharger, your battery won't preheat. And it's actually really important that your battery preheats. When I was going to a supercharger, with this app, I was able to see that the car went from an average temperature of about 35 degrees for the battery all the way up to 52 degrees. So it really heats up for that supercharging process to make it more efficient. So if you're using a fast charger, your car won't notice precondition. So that is a good option to do. So you got chill kickdown, which is if you're in chill mode, I don't know who uses chill mode, but if you are and you need to accelerate quickly for whatever reason, the car will come out of chill mode and just if you accelerate quickly. So snow and ice mode will distribute torque evenly between both front and rear axles. So it's a little better for driving in snow and ice. Then you have winter wipers parking. You have anti-speed limit ticket, which is basically just going to set the speed for you, or it's going to tell you when you've gone over a certain speed. Now, regen braking control is pretty cool. If you're one of those people who don't like regen, and if you see my last videos, you'll see why it's important to use regen, because you get so much more mileage with regenerative braking. But if you want to turn it off, this is how you do it. And then going from there, so then moving over, we have our preferences. So you can move all kinds of, if you can customize your screens, whichever order you want, and other options here. You also have a low vision mode, so you can, if you're a little older, you can have a bigger screen, all kinds of display stuff like that. So if you go to preferences and Teslogic, you'll see options to upgrade. Because this is a phone app, it's really easy to upgrade the software. So right now, the latest stable version is V15, but of course I've opted to do the beta version, which is V32. Now, if you move over to miscellaneous, other options here, you can turn it on and off. And then nerds. So if you turn on, yes, I'm a nerd, there's a bit of a warning. So Teslogic is not liable for any potential consequences. And I'll get into that in a second. So we're going to agree. Not so much stuff on this menu right here, but if we go back to the shortcuts menu, you'll now see autopilot tweaks in beta. Now, there's a couple things here. Now, I tried enable the old style autopilot hands on row. So I guess maybe a few years ago, the torque thing hands was a little less lax. So I tried that. And then another cool feature here is auto reactivate autopilot. So what happens is if you don't have FSD beta or full FSD, if you're driving regular autopilot, you'll know that if you're driving and then you have to switch lanes, you have to turn autopilot off, switch lanes, or just disengage and then make your lane change and then turn autopilot back on. What this does is as soon as you make that lane change and you're no longer making any movements on the wheel, it'll re-engage autopilot on its own, which is pretty cool. However, as soon as I did that, when I finished my drive, I got warning of a FSD suspension. So I got kicked out for autopilot and full self-driving for a week. Now, I reached out to Teslogic and they said they've never seen that happen before. And then I reached out to Tesla, and obviously with their FSD email, no one ever emailed me back. So I don't know. I can't say for sure if this was a Teslogic issue or if this was something wrong with the Tesla. I was only at 3 strikes at the time, and I did not get a strike during that drive. So I'm pretty sure it's based on the software, but I'm not sure. So use at your own risk. If you are going to use this and you get a suspension as a result, let me know in the comments, and hopefully we can see why the reason is. Cool feature right here. You'll have blind spot monitoring. So you'll see these cars on the left here, on the right. You'll see a little amber sign when I get to see that. There you go. So you have instant blind spot monitoring, which is cool. So you see that little amber line right there. So switching over to maps, you can see like if you have traffic on, it's really detailed, a little bit more detailed than what you'll get with the Tesla app. You can't zoom in or anything like that, but it will give you your speed and all that stuff as well on the side. If you turn on autopilot, you have blue circle. So you see the notification there. And I'm really impressed with the notification because a lot of other accessories I've used, they kind of do their own thing, but this one looks identical to the Tesla one. So that's pretty cool. So moving over to the consumption, you'll see right now I'm using a bit of regen, so it's negative on that rear motor. And as soon as I go back out, you'll see energy is going to be going back into the motor, and climate and other stuff is currently being used. So pretty cool, that stuff. So here we are in performance mode. If you are going to get this type of accessory, probably the type of person who likes to have, performance and lots of data and stuff for the car. So let's go ahead and test this out. We're going to do 0 to 60. So like I said, I don't have to do anything. The car is going to do everything for me. So 0 to 60 kilometers is 2.25 and 0 to 100 and 4.2. So like I said before, if you go to the nerds section in the performance and you turn that on, you do have to agree to it. But then if you go over down to back to your shortcuts, you'll see the autopilot tweaks as well. But at the bottom, you'll see Teslogic track mode. So you can basically, if you turn that on, you can have access to select traction control mode. So then you can have track mode, which turns traction control completely off. You have slippery road mode, which distributes 50-50 to both axles. Dyno modes, only for dyno testing. And then you have slip start, which is to, just as usual slip start. And then you have drift mode. So this disables traction control and the front motor on all-wheel drive cars. You're not supposed to use this on public roads. So if you're into that stuff, here's where you go. So here are my thoughts on the Teslogic Dashboard V2. Now, as far as dashboards go, if you see my channel, I've seen recommended a few of those, and this one's by far my favorite for two reasons. One, the data it provides is amazing. There's tons of data available, like your kilometers saved by regen, all this like battery temperature, how much each component is taking energy out of your battery at any given moment. So it's really rich in that sort of thing. So on top of all the data that it gives you, there's also functionality as well. So you have different functions such as preheating for fast charging. You can also control your regen. You can turn it on or off, or as well as down to the percentage of what you want. There's also snow and ice mode, which will make sure the torque is 50-50 on both axles. You can also have drift mode as well as track mode. Track mode will also give you data in terms of 0 to 60, 0 to 100, and quarter mile. So there's, I think, something for everyone. And definitely if you're into that sort of thing where you want more data from your car and really learn what your car is doing, this is a must-have accessory. So you can use whatever phone mount you want. If you already have a phone mount in your car, you want to use that, that's fine. I do like the one that goes behind the wheel because it is right in your field of vision. The only thing I would say is that you better be a wireless charging because of basically your phone's going to be on at all times, therefore your battery's going to drain quite a bit. So you want to make sure you have wireless charging for that. So my only critique of it really is, as I said before, if you go into the advanced nerd mode, not everyone's going to use this, but there are additional features that can tweak autopilot. And like I said, I can't confirm whether this was caused it, but I did receive a 1-week suspension off FSD and autopilot because of using this software. I'm not too sure though. I can't. Obviously, Tesla won't confirm with me. Teslogic says that they've never seen that before, so use at your own risk. If you want to check out the Teslogic, head over to teslogic.co. It retails for $219 US, and you can add the wireless charger for an additional $40. But you can also use promo code NORATESLA for 10% off. And obviously with warranty, if you are going to have some warranty claims, I would take this unit out just so you don't have any issues. There is a disclaimer when you activate certain features that there's a warranty issue. So if you have any issues going into service, definitely remove this unit. All right, if you like this video and found it helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss videos, which I release about every week or so. Tons of awesome Tesla content like this, how-tos, tips and tricks, Tesla 101, all things to get to know your Tesla even better. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, drive safe and drive electric. Rain and ice, snow and ice, your car, and I think one of them is slow charging, and for that, oh, sakes. I've used a few dashboards on the... Today, I have a product that I'm very excited about. It is the Teslogic Pro. Stand by. So today I have